Hello, my name is Annika Mo.
And my name is Vegard Bangritlin.
In today's news, we will be covering the latest exhibition at the Quan Phong Gallery of Art and the Farmers Market at the Oaks Mall.
We'll also have a reporter take to the streets to find out what exciting plans students have for spring break and the latest coverage on the Regals and Kingsmen tennis teams.
Only here at CLU News.
Welcome to CLU News. This week, Natalie Edell, founder of IndieU.com, an independent music platform, came to speak at Cal Lutheran to give students her perspective on turning ideas into financial opportunities.
Edell spoke on balancing life as a student and entrepreneur, and here is our reporter Lauren with more information about the event.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hesterman with the CLU Broadcast News Team, and I'm here at the California Lutheran University Entrepreneurship Center in Westlake, where I had the opportunity to interview Natalie Edell, the CEO and co-founder of IndieU Music. IndieU is a relatively new platform which connects college students to independent artists. While there are countless artists receiving little to no recognition or attention for their music, there are thousands of college students on a search for something new. The success of an entrepreneur is founded upon the potential of an opportunity, and for IndieU, that just added up. And that's where Natalie Edell began. Natalie Edell is a Southern California native and CEO and co-founder of IndieU Music. Her main office is at the CLU Entrepreneurship Center in Westlake, where she has the opportunity to host events and work with the school.
I'm doing a speaking series, the Entrepreneur Speaker Series here at the Cal Lutheran Entrepreneurship Center, where I'm going to be talking about, my perspective on pursuing your entrepreneurial dreams.
IndieU has a program which connects artists and brings awareness about the company to students by placing representatives at specific colleges.
I had the pleasure of sponsoring Dillo Day, which is the Northwestern University's student-run music festival. There's over 10,000 students that were there. We brought in 5 Chicago-based independent artists, and the stage was just decked out in IndieU. The whole stage, huge stage. We had a big booth, we had kids playing, and there was like hundreds and hundreds of kids dancing at the stage wearing IndieU gear. And that was honestly the most rewarding thing, and I was like, wow, this concept that I just came up with in a shower is like what people are rocking. You know what I mean? This is like a movement, and that's really what I want to create.
They host events, promote shows, and works in a way that highlights the local music scene with the goal of eliminating the middleman between artists and listeners.
So I started thinking, why not create some sort of platform to better connect these artists to students? That's how Macklemore did it. He reached the college demographic. That's how Mac Miller did it. So all these artists started figuring out, well, if I reach students and they love me and I play shows for them and they support me and my music and I give them free music, they'll support me in return.
Well, what's next for IndieU? As any entrepreneur will tell you, Natalie Edell is thinking about the next big step and working in any way possible to make IndieU a more effective musical platform.
So, I started a company in college, did it full-time post-college. I've endured everything in the map, when it comes to creating a company. So if I could give some insight into that for, aspiring entrepreneurs or students that want to do this, then hopefully they can get something out of tonight.
Thank you very much, and back to you in the studio.
It is so great that Cal Lutheran hosts such interesting speakers for students to learn from.
Yes, what a great opportunity. Speaking of recent guest speakers, didn't you attend the annual author visit this week?
Yes, I had the opportunity to attend a presentation by Katrina Karkazis. Her presentation focused on the ethics of gender testing Olympic athletes. Let's take a look. Hey CLU, my name is Vegard Bangritlin, and I'm now standing outside of the Lundgren Event Center, where Katrina Karkazis is talking about intersex, gender testing on athletes, and the ethics around it. Let's go see what she has to say about this.
But that it's a hypothetical benefit that has to be weighed against the harm.
In her book, Fixing Sex, Katrina Karkazis discusses her research about intersex and how it is understood and treated in today's society. Intersex is a general term that is used for a person born with a sexual anatomy that does not fit the typical definitions of their gender.
It's something that you're born with. Sometimes there is a way that your body looks when you're born that will give an immediate signal. Your genitalia perhaps don't look typical. Sometimes it shows up in early ages, sometimes it shows up at puberty or adolescence, and it really depends on which sort of intersex trait that you're talking about.
Her current research, supported by the National Science Foundation and Boucher Foundation, challenges sex testing policies aimed at elite female athletes.
The International Association of Athletics Federations, which governs track and field, and the International Olympic Committee came out with new policies that don't exclusively affect intersex women, but absolutely have a detrimental effect on that population. And I feel women more generally who are elite athletes. So I took that knowledge and applied it to a new area, which was sport policy at the highest level.
In 2015, Karkazis helped Indian sprinter Duty Chand to build a successful appeal against track and field sex testing regulations at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Chand was banned from competing against women because of having too high of natural levels of testosterone.
She couldn't go because they were applying this policy that says, if you're a woman, but you have higher than typical natural testosterone levels, the argument that the sports governing bodies have made is that that gives these women an unfair advantage. The problem with lowering it is that these interventions are not insignificant, they're severe. They're surgery, they're drugs, they have very debilitating side effects in the short term and the long term.
Karkazis' presentation caused reactions among the students. When asked about the ethical aspect of gender testing in athletes, they had this to say.
Boxing people out because of abnormalities or just not reaching the point in the bell curve that is desired is, I believe that is injustice.
I think it's completely ridiculous. I think people are born a certain way, and that's how they are, and they should be able to do what they love, whether or not science is showing one thing or the other.
You've got people in sport, from the athletes to the trainers to the coaches to sports policy people, looking at women's bodies trying to figure out, well, does she have high T? And if so, should we investigate her? And these are not benign investigations. They're like genital exams, they're MRIs, they're deeply psychologically shattering, because all of a sudden the sense is that somehow you're not a woman or not woman enough.
Intersex and gender testing is something that people don't talk about that much in general, so it's a good thing that Katrina Karkazis is promoting the topic and giving it attention so that people are aware of the dilemma around it. This is Vegard Bang-Ritland, now back to the studio.
Wow, Vegard, what an interesting story.
Thank you. It was really interesting to gain new insight on the topic. In other news, did you hear that Cal Lutheran will be getting a new art building?
I know the plan is to build the new facility next to the William Rolland Stadium and Gallery of Fine Art.
Here's Janelle with more on the story.
Hey, it's Janelle, and I'm at the location of the William Rolland Art Center, scheduled to open sometime in 2017. Located next to the William Rolland Stadium, the building will serve as a venue for classrooms as well as a studio to showcase students' work. William Rolland, a real estater and art collector, is putting up $4 million, and CLU is matching his donation. The current riparian building, which houses auxiliary and printing services, as well as university marketing and other offices, will have to be relocated. We met with Valerie Crooks to learn more. Will you tell us a little bit about the William Rolland Art Center?
So the new William Rolland Art Center is a two-story building. It's about 20,000 square feet, and it's going to house the existing art department, all of our studio and fine arts programs, and some multimedia programs as well. And it's going to be located on the North Campus, adjacent to the Rolland Stadium. So this building is the next building in the construction sequence for the campus build-out, and our longtime donor, Bill Rolland, wanted to fund an art building, and he was very interested in replacing the existing riparian building next to the Rolland Stadium, which is why this building is going to go on the North Campus instead of being in the whole academic precinct where the other buildings are. It's a challenging site, though. You know, we had to fit this building into a triangular site, which most people don't have to do, so it's taken a lot of time to develop a plan that works with our budget, and trying to bring the budget and the program requirements and everything together has been challenging but fun. We're looking forward to starting construction this year. We're hoping to break ground in June, beginning of June, after commencement is over. And we're looking to be completed for occupancy fall of 2017. So everything going well and no huge rain delays. We should be moving everybody in August of next year. And students should be starting their classes there in the fall semester.
I look forward to seeing how the new art building turns out.
For those who seek to view artwork here on campus, there's a new art installation by Michael Pierce currently being shown at the Quan Phong Gallery of Art.
Our reporter Amber caught up with the artist and asked him about what he hopes people will take away from the exhibit titled The Clouty Tree, the Devil and Me.
Hi, I'm Amber Rocha with CLU News, and I'm here at the Quan Phong Gallery in the Soil and Humanities Center at the opening of a new art exhibit, The Clouty Tree, the Devil and Me by CLU professor Michael Pierce. On March 5th, 2016, Associate Professor of Art Michael Pierce presented 22 pieces in the Clouty Tree, the Devil and Me exhibit, all a part of his secret painting series produced over the last 6 years. Colleagues, students, and friends of Pierce came out to support him at the exhibit opening.
Well, I really love his paintings. I'm taking a class with him, just the intro painting class, and I've really enjoyed all the things that he's taught us, and I'm always amazed by his paintings.
You know, it's Saturday night and it's raining out, but this is a great opportunity to go out and get inspired. And, you know, this painting is creativity. And some of the subject matter here is just, I have no idea what it is. I have no idea but it's exciting. It's exciting to see it. And so it's fun being here.
Pierce was inspired by the Celtic tradition of a clouty tree, trees that grow alongside springs and are decorated with trinkets and rags that hold visitors' prayers, hopes, and fears. Likewise, visitors of Pierce's exhibit are invited to tie their own rags to his clouty trees.
I hope that people find a place where they get some sense of peace out of it and a sense that everything's okay. When you come to the trees and you leave a ribbon on the tree, that's to unburden yourself, and that's what I'm hoping people get out of it. They find it unburdening.
The exhibit is open through April 7th, and the Quan Phong Gallery is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and admission is free. This has been Amber Rocha. Back to you in the studio.
It sounds like it's a very interesting show, and students will be able to view it until April 7th.
If you're looking for a way to support local farmers and get your grocery shopping done, look no further than the Thousand Oaks Farmers Market.
The market is put on every Thursday at the Oak Shopping Center. And let's toss it over to our reporter Tiffany as she checks it out.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Caprine here with CLU Broadcast News. We are here at the Thousand Oaks Farmers Market at the TO Mall. The Thousand Oaks Farmers Market has been hosting local farmers and serving the community since 1991. With over 50 California farmers and food vendors, the farmers market is open every Thursday from 1:30 to 6:30 p.m. year-round. There is a huge variety of goods such as fresh meat products, eggs, olive oils, fruits, jams, and flowers. The farmers market also hosts many cooked food vendors, including artisan bakeries, fresh kettle corn, and delicious tamales. We are here with Del Valle Dates, and what is your name?
My name is Sarah.
Hi. Okay, so can you tell us about the company you're representing?
Sure. We grow in Riverside County, and it's a date farm. We also grow grapefruit, and we have, I believe, 6 varieties of dates. Today we just have 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, and how long have you been coming to the farmers market?
I've been working here for almost a year.
All right, and you come every Thursday? And
Yep.
Your name is?
Betty.
Hello, Betty. So how often do you usually come to the farmers market?
Oh, I come as often as I can, but it's not a regular basis, so I have to be honest.
All right, and what kind of products are you getting today?
I am getting strawberries and bakery goods.
All right, and I heard you missed out on the fish lady?
I did, especially after I told our guests coming this weekend that I was going to get her salmon.
All right, so that concludes our trip to the farmers market in Thousand Oaks. And amazing samples. If you want fresh food or anything, make sure to come out to the farmers market. Back to you in the studio.
Wow, with over 50 California farmers and food vendors, the farmers market definitely has something for everyone.
Absolutely. You know what else is something everyone can appreciate? tennis.
Yes. We caught up with the Cal Lutheran men's tennis team to talk about their progress for this season.
Here is Doug with the full story.
Hi, I'm Doug Lombardi, and I'm here at the Cal Lutheran tennis courts, hoping to catch up with the Kingsman tennis team and see how they're preparing for the second half of their season. With a rough start to their season, the tennis team has been training hard to compete in the second half of their season against teams like Chapman and Redlands. With such a diverse group of players, how's the dynamic between the upperclassmen and the newcomers been this season?
It's been really good actually, because we have me and Gio Valdez, we're the captains, and we're trying to basically bring the guys up and try to get as much as energy as we can in the matches, especially trying to bring more connection between us, which we didn't have the last few years. I think we had good teams, but the chemistry wasn't as good as we have right now. So, with
a bit of a rough start to your season, how do you guys plan to pick it up for the second half of the season, especially against your upcoming game against Skidmore?
Well, we're working a lot. We didn't start very good in doubles, especially this first half of the season. We usually got behind, and it was hard to catch up the whole match, except for Whittier. That was like a exception to that. But so we're working a lot on our doubles.
As the second half of their season approaches, the Kingsmen are training hard to compete and make sure that their players, from freshmen to seniors, are ready to compete at their best and turn this season around. Start to your season, how do you guys plan to pick it up for the second half of your season, and especially with your upcoming game against Skidmore?
Well, it's all gonna come from experience and training. The first half of the season was like the guys didn't have that much experience about like tough matches and stuff. So what I expect from them is to work hard and work a little more on patterns and stuff, and so we can finish stronger.
Well, there you have it. Let's cheer on our Kingsman tennis team. I'm Doug Lombardi. Back to you at the studio.
Everyone should definitely try to make it to a Kingsman tennis match.
Our women's team also had a match against Arizona Christian University this week.
We're throwing it over to Brooke at Polson Tennis Center for coverage on the match.
Hi, I'm Brooke Strader, reporting live from the Polson Tennis Center, where the Cal Lutheran Regals face off against the Arizona Christian Firestorm.
After nearly 2 weeks away from competition, the Regals were able to finish doubles play with a 2-1 lead. Number 3 doubles, Annette Souza and Shelby Cabuto had an 8-1 victory. Number 2 doubles, Rebecca Gold and Sarah Seaman battled a 9-8 tiebreaker victory.
Towards the end, I was getting kind of nervous, and so one of our coaches, Savannah, kind of came up and just reminded me, you're a good player and trust the shot. So I think just coming out and having confidence.
What we decided to do was take it before they could, and we became really aggressive. We started mixing it up, and I think the momentum shifted.
In singles play, the Regals endured 3 of the 6 singles matches to third set. However, CLU was not able to maintain the lead and dropped 5 out of the 6 matches to ACU.
They did a good job of, sticking together and being a team.
Despite their efforts, the Regals fell 6-3 to the NAIA Firestorm, who currently are on a 9-match hot streak.
Just want to go out and give it 110% every time.
The Regals now stand 3-2 overall and will return to SCIAC play on April 1st at Redlands.
Having a lot of time on the court with really good players and just practicing our doubles and single strategies, I think that's the key. Just putting all the hours on the court until our next SCIAC match. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm Brooke Strader. After 4 hours of tennis, back to you in the studio.
Way to go, Regals tennis.
Something I'm sure we are all looking forward to coming up soon is spring break.
There's a lot of excitement for many students who are anticipating the week-long break. Our reporter Maggie took to the streets of Cal Lutheran to find out how students will be spending their time off.
We are here today at California Lutheran University asking students what are their plans for spring break. Let's go check it out.
Over spring break, I'm going to go home and hang out with my family, and then we're going to Palm Springs.
So what are your plans for spring break?
Over spring break, I'm going to go on choir tour with the Cal Lutheran Choir. We're going to San Francisco, and we're going to tour in the north, and then afterwards I'm going to visit my aunt and uncle in Portland.
Over spring break, I'm going to go to Malibu, get my tan on, and party hard.
For spring break,
I'm going to be working a lot, and then I'm going to Vegas for my friend's 21st birthday.
Awesome, I hope you have a blast. So what are your plans for spring break?
For spring break, I'm going to hang out with my grandma, my roommate. We're going to go up to Northern California, up to Stockton. I'm going to go to my girlfriend's house for Easter, watch basketball, play soccer, you know, all that.
Yeah, are you into the March Madness for basketball?
Oh, of course I am, you know. Got to represent that Duke all day. Blue Devils, #1.
Spring break, I'm just going to go home and hang out with my roommate, go up to Berkeley and see all the sights up there and, you know, do what's good.
Plan to go to the beach and do some walking and hopefully attend an arts festival, to also look at a few art museums down at Ventura Beach.
I'm going to be working on some papers. I have a midterm that's due like right when I get back. But otherwise, I'm going to hang out with friends and going to the beach and fun stuff like that.
Awesome, and what are your plans?
I have work, and then after that, my friends are coming home from college and stuff, so I'm going to be hanging out with them.
Awesome, cool, thank you guys.
Hopefully many students have the chance to enjoy the much-needed break from school.
Have you heard about the Cal Lutheran's latest development for sustainable edible education?
Our reporter Lisa took a trip to our seed garden here on campus to get insight about the new composting system at Cal Lutheran.
Let's take a look at Lisa's coverage.
I'm Lisa, reporting for the CLU News. I'm standing here in this beautiful seed garden here at California Lutheran University, and we are about to see where the worms compost is going to be implemented. California Lutheran University is currently working on implementing their composting system. It is a system that will take better care of the food leftovers from our school restaurant, Ullman Commons. What is this process and what exactly are you doing right now?
Well, right now we're actually just getting these bins ready. We've got these little plastic bins here, and we're getting them ready with these stickers so that the staff who is charged with collecting the food waste that we're going to incorporate into the worm bins, that they'll know, right, have a reference point for what goes in the bins, what does not go in the bins.
Additionally, it is a system which will be working thanks to worms, because the worms will break down the foods and turn it into soil.
So we're basically setting up the collection system right now so that when we get the vermicomposting system up and running, we've got a kind of smoothly functioning program where every day we're able to collect the food scraps in these bins and take them out to the worm unit.
Ullman Commons will have to sort the leftovers before they put it into the compost, because the worms cannot eat foods such as protein, for example.
Worms can't eat everything, exactly, or they don't really want to, and so we're trying to make things as happy as we can for them.
The worms will have a peaceful home with temperature-regulated shields, so they do not have to suffer from too hot or cold temperatures. Are you going to be one of those taking care of the worms?
Yeah, my main job will be taking care of the worms and making sure that their environment is suitable, and so they can create the best product that we can create.
We're building a shade structure for them, and we think that that will provide an adequate amount of protection for them.
At last, the worms will not be alone, because the new composting system will be located in Cal Lutheran's beautiful seed garden, among chickens, bees, flowers, and other vegetation. That was everything from the seed garden today, and we hope to visit the worms again soon. I'm Lisa Hemmingson, reporting for the CLU News. Back to you in the studio.
That's all for today's news.
Thank you for tuning in, and please join us for our next broadcast.
Signing off, I'm Annika.
And I'm Vegard.
See you next time on CLU News.